In Tacoma, 3 police officers are on trial following the death of Manuel Ellis in 2020.
Today, a use of force expert for the defense showed the jury how police are trained to subdue people who are not obeying their commands. Matthew Collins and Christopher Burbank face second-degree murder and manslaughter charges. Timothy Rankin faces 1 charge of manslaughter. Tacoma Bureau Chief Lionel Donovan tells us what happened in court today.
Today, the defense called its use of force expert to wrap up his testimony, where he reiterated that the officers did not violate TPD policy when it came to the force used to subdue and detain Ellis. After a late start, Renton Police Sgt. Chris Nielsen was brought back up to the stand to wrap up his testimony. Nielsen oversees training for the officers in the Renton Police Department. In court, Nielsen detailed the Tacoma Police Department's policies on how and when force can be used by its officers. He testified that according to TPD policy, the Tacoma officers' use of force against Ellis was justified, given the level of resistance they encountered.
The intensity of the act of resistance can also vary. And so, for example, if I grab someone's wrist and they just kind of pull away, that could be. But if they really thrash around and try to run, that could be another level. So there's kind of variance in that classification.
During cross-examination, State Assistant Attorney Lori Nicolavo pressed Nielsen about his experience with putting weight on someone lying on their stomach during an arrest. Nielsen admitted that he had never studied the impact the position has on someone's breathing, or saw it when out in the field. Nicolavo also pointed out that Judge Brian Shushkoff allowed Nielsen to compare having weight applied to someone in wrestling is similar to what happened to Ellis, which she argued is problematic.
And he talked about it in sports, and he said, I was in the prone position over and over again in wrestling, and look at me, I'm here to tell you about it. Is what he specifically said to the jury. I'm here to tell you about it.
So what's your point?
The differentiation is, Your Honor, you allowed him to go through that line of questioning with defense, and it's not analogous to this case.
Before court wrapped for the day, the defense called toxicologist Asa Lewis to the stand. I'm told that Officer Matthew Collins, who was one of the first officers to encounter Ellis back in March of 2020, will also testify sometime this week. From the Pierce County Courthouse, Lionel Donovan, King 5 News.